Happy birthday, Libra. Welcome to your, 3 blessings coming to Libra reading. This is going to cover birthday of 2025 to birthday of 2026. Here you have a pick a crystal reading. This is actually a pick a creature reading. Now, you could be attracted to the color. You could be attracted to the creature itself. You could be attracted to the type of crystal it is if you're up on your crystals. So well, when I'm finished describing this and naming the groups, the links will be found in the description box or the comment section. But however, I want you to pause the video and really look at this and see which one you are drawn to. At the end, I will have a close-up and you'll be able to see all 3 and also feel free to choose more than one. This is, after all, your birthday reading. Okay, group number 1, we have the crow, and this crow is made out of obsidian. Truth, protection, and clarity. That is the symbolism for obsidian in general. And, crows represent death. They represent wisdom. They represent protection. And also they are messengers between the physical and the spiritual worlds. Remember, during your season here at Libra, the veil will be thinning. Group number 2, we have the wolf. This wolf particularly is made out of flower agate. And flower agate is good for growth, it's good for healing, and it's good for confidence. Wolves in general are symbolic of freedom, loyalty, family, and courage. Group number 3, we have the purple goldstone butterfly. I don't know if you could see it. You probably can't. There are tiny sparkles to this particular stone. So purple goldstone offers assistance on a path of ascension. And the butterfly symbolism is transformation and rebirth. So you have that. So here we have, let's see. We have group number 1, the crow. Group number 2, the wolf. And group number 3, the butterfly. Take your time, pause the video, and I will see each of you on the other side. Hello, Group 1. First and foremost, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Okay, if you have chosen the crow, this is your reading. Okay, so let's get started. Not surprising, okay? Your birthday to birthday reading, your birthday year is being symbolized by the Death card, which obviously is a Scorpion card, but what's interesting is crows are known, their zodiac is either Libra or Scorpio, depending on which book you read. But that's, very apropos, isn't it? And as far as this card being a Scorpion card, this is a card of transitioning from one place to another, from one thing to another. You have the crow guiding you as your messenger, as your guide. All right, let's just put it that way, as your guide. You have Uranus here. And this is the sign, this is the ruler anyway of Aquarius. And, Uranus symbolizes sudden change, freedom, breakthroughs, things like that. You have first quarter moon here. It says momentum, initiative, magnetism. You're going to be feeling a magnetic pull towards something. And you also have Vesta. It says inner spark, sacrifice, and devotion. Now, Vesta is interesting. We have from September 2025 to January 2026, Vesta will be in Aries. From January to February, it'll have a brief stint in Pisces. From February to May, it will be in Aries. And from May to August, it'll be in Taurus. From August to October, it'll be in Virgo. To get the exact information on Vesta, you need an ephemeris, to be honest with you. However, simply put, Vesta for Libra, Vesta is your core identity. You may be going in search of your core. What is who you are? What's going to make you happy? Where do you want to be? Okay. Your previous birthday year might have been painful in some way here. You have the Three of Swords symbolizing you coming out of that year a little bit scathed. Okay. This could be a romantic situation. It could be something that happened at work. This could be a disappointment. This could be a lot of pain. You have, what's interesting here, you have the death charm. And the death charm is in reverse. And the death charm, you know, last year was symbolized by the death charm in reverse. This year is symbolized by death in the upright. And the death in reverse is you not wanting to make certain changes. I don't know if this pain has something to do with it, if this disappointment has something to do with it, but you know, you didn't transition the way that you maybe should have or could have, okay? And you may have been frozen. You may have felt frozen in a certain situation. You may have felt powerless, or you may have felt, you know, sometimes when we go through a lot of pain or disappointment, we just feel like we don't have the ability to move on. So that sort of makes sense right there. Now, what you don't see coming is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is beautiful energy, right? It is Virgo energy, but more than that, it is, it's success. All right. This is success. I mean, you could look at this card very easily and see the success, right? She's surrounded by luxury. But, you know, more than that, I always imagine her, and she can be a he, is someone that worked really hard for this, someone that is gifted something after maybe a disappointment or maybe a lot of hard work or a lot of things that may not have worked in your favor, okay? You have something that's going to be starting this month, okay? You're going to start seeing something going on. This month could be, this month is whatever month you see this video, okay? So if you watch this in September, then it's in September. If you watch it in December, then that's when this month is, okay? So you're going to start seeing movement shortly after you watch this video, okay? Yeah. So let's move on. Down here you have 3 blessings along with 3 timing cards, okay? So let's take them one by one, all right? You have a blessing that is coming your way in June. And you have the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups, especially in this deck, is a highly scorpionic card. You have more Scorpio energy. A lot of death energy here on the table. For sure. And this is success. It's not only success. This is the... you're going to be given a lot of choices. You may be, at least temporarily, confused because you're going to all of a sudden have choices that you didn't have. You should be approaching this like the King of Wands. This is pure Leo energy. You know, the King of Wands is a visionary, charismatic. He's entrepreneurial. You may be starting something. You may be the leader of something. This card tells you to trust in your own ability during this time. This may have been a very slow process for you here with the Knight of Pentacles. That's Virgo energy as well. And the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. So while not as abrupt and not as sharp and not as quick as the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands, when he finally gets to his destination, it's something that is going to last. So you may have had a very slow going, but once you hit this particular phase, you're going to be good because you have the 5 of Pentacles here in reverse. This is Taurus energy. And, you know, the 5 of Pentacles and in reverse is the release. You could have been in debt. You could have had a lot of bills. You could have had a lot of bills you couldn't pay. Or you simply could have had a lack mindset. And it could have come from this situation. And that lack mindset is going to disappear around June. And it's going to make way for all these choices. And like I said, this may leave you a little confused. When we add this up and we break it down, we do get the number 3, which is Jupiter energy, right? So your world is expanding and it's going to leave you with all these choices, and you're going to be at a loss, at least at one point, to what should I do? But these are good problems to have here, Libra. You have the dolphin, and this is peace. It says, the gentle nature of the dolphin reminds you to look for the good in everyone and strive to bring peace in your life and those around you. Trust in your instincts and your intuition rather than overthinking things. So I think that you do release some negativity here. And I do believe that you're starting to trust yourself more. And we know that the dolphin in general is falls under the sign of Aquarius. The dolphin does represent happiness. Now, with these animals, these animals are going to be signs for you as well. When you see a dolphin, and obviously it doesn't have to be a dolphin in the ocean, it could be, depending on where you live, right? But if you see a dolphin, it could be a stuffed animal, it could be a picture that you're scrolling through and you find it on the internet, could be anything like that. But you'll start to see this animal when this is upon you. This is like seeing the 11:11 on a clock. This is a symbol. Spirit wants you to take this symbol very seriously. So there is that here. Let's move on to also it does pay to mention that June is a Gemini Cancer month. Okay, we'll keep that under our hats. Gemini Cancer energy here. Okay, so your second blessing here is, it says in divine timing. A lot of people hate this card, right? But this is going to make it different for each Libra. The only thing we know for sure about this, Libra, is that it's going to happen in your birthday year. Okay? So when it happens, it's going to be quite different. It's going to be within the divine timing of your own path. But what I love about this is you have the 10 of Pentacles. And I'm glad I do the shuffling on camera. If you ever want to slow that down, use that gear shift icon. And you could slow it down as slow as you like. You'll see that these cards do fall out by themselves. 10 of Pentacles, Lord of Wealth. This is Mercury and Virgo energy. I'm trying not to, throw the planets in this particular reading, but I saw the Mercury sign on there and I couldn't help it. But this is Virgo energy, Lord of Wealth, right? This is long-lasting wealth. This is long-lasting success. This isn't just, okay, I'm doing great for 2026, but what about 2028? Might back down to the 5 of Pentacles again? No, this is long-lasting. This is the beginning of something really good. You do have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands in reverse here, Sagittarius energy. You may feel right before this happens, you're going to feel a little bit stuck, a little bit uninspired, right? That's going to be a clue for you, because you're going to have plans in one direction that is either not going to go through, or it's not going to sit well with you. Suddenly you're going to be like, I don't know, because you have the 2 of Wands here. 2 of Wands coming in sideways, Aries energy. Putting plans on hold, saying, you know what, I'm just not feeling it anymore. I don't know why. But this is a sign. This is something you should be doing. You should be pausing. You should be stopping. You should be reevaluating, because your last card here is my favorite Wands card here. It's one of them anyway. The 6 of Wands, Leo energy, success, recognition. This is a high note. This is something that happens as a result of you perhaps squashing one of your plans. Like, you may have had the best laid plans, right? You have Panda here, and Panda it says boundaries. It says your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura, and you have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul. Stand your ground is standing out to me. So you're going to feel a pause here. You're going to feel some doubt here, and you should stand your ground and go with your instincts. We know that, the Panda is more Scorpion energy, right? Stand your ground. If you have boundaries, create them. Create this fence around yourself so you can make decisions in divine timing, because this is beautiful energy. And we add this up and we break it down. It is Mars energy. It's Aries energy. And what is Aries energy? It's confidence. I mean, I always think of success when I think of Aries. Confidence, sexuality. Really nice energy, okay? So moving on to your third blessing, we have a timing card of April here. And we know that April is Taurus, Aries time. Let's look. You have the star, the daughter of firmament. Beautiful energy. We know that this is Aquarius energy in pretty much any deck, right? And the daughter of firmament, firmament. Firmament signifies the sky. It's the solid dome. It's the expanse overhead. The daughter is the symbol born from this expanse. She's born from that. So it's hope, right? It's enlightenment, but it is healing too. So it looks like whatever it is that happened here with this, let me put this here, with this 3 of Swords energy here last year, you have healing on the table, okay? And your energy and your efforts are put in the right direction, a different direction, something that's really going to be good for you. You do have the 10 of Wands, and this is a stress card, but Aries energy, it's a final effort before reaching some sort of goal. And it looks like it could be stressful. It's definitely a lot of work. But your work is going to pay off because look at this. You do have the Ace of Swords here coming in reverse. When I look at this, it's air energy for sure, but it is seeking clarity from within, right? It is finding your truth within, not external, internal, pointing that sword inward, right? And here, the 10 of Swords in reverse. Somebody really did a number on you last year. I don't know if this was a friend, a family member, a love situation, but it could have been a job that really did you dirty. Could be, but you have it, the 10 of Swords in reverse, along with the star, healing from that. Definitely healing. That is Gemini energy, survival, resilience, freedom from pain, freedom from whatever the heck happened, right? You have the bat here, and this is the transitional energy. The bat is Aries energy. And, there is that transition, right? It says you must pay attention to the signs around you. The transition may seem frightening at first, but you must let go of old habits and patterns that no longer serve your higher calling. They will only hinder your growth. Now, once again, when you see these animals during this time, during the divine timing, when you'll see pandas, right? You may see pandas suddenly flooding your feed for some reason. Could be that, could be panda at a zoo. It could be a stuffed panda. It could be anything like that. But here you have the bat. And with Halloween approaching, it really doesn't surprise me that you're going to see bats. But I'm talking more in April, okay? Definitely. When we look at the bats use sonar instead of their vision. So it's going to be your sonar. You're pointing that sword inward. You're using your intuition. You're using your own feelings to clarify something. You're clarifying something inside you, and you're getting over something simultaneously here. And when we add this up and we break it down, we get the bridging number, which is 11, right? One place bridging over to another. What is it? What is the number? Is a master number. It's a cardinal number, just like you are a cardinal sign, just like there is a cardinal on this card. Cardinal might be a sign for you for the whole year. Look for red cardinals here, Libra. For sure. Definitely. Okay. So you have one blessing coming in April, one blessing coming in June, and this one is divine timing. This could come at any time, and it's going to be different for all of you, which is why the divine timing card came through. But this month, look for some movement one way or the other, something very unexpected. And what you don't see coming is this independence, this success. I mean, you have the Six of Wands, you have the Nine of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better reading, but I could see that you have paid the piper. You've come from a place. You've come from a place of pain, backstabbing. I don't know what this was. It's going to be different for all of you, but I have to tell you, you are transitioning. You are transitioning. Now, for your birthday year, when we add all this up and we break it down, we do get the number 5, which is more Gemini, Virgo energy, right? So look for Mercury retrogrades as being a very prominent time for you. And also your communication is going to be really important this year, right? But as far as timing, it looks like May, June, August, September, right? Because we have May, June for Gemini, and we have August, September for Virgo. But I really believe that June is going to be super important because it came out multiple times here, right? The sign that came out the most is Aries, and that could mean that an Aries is going to play a very important role in this situation. Or it could be the timing of Aries, which is what? March, April, and April came out over here. So keep a lookout for all of those things. I am very excited for you. Please come back and let me know how this played out for you. And please let me know if the crows carried a message to you in the past. I wish you nothing but the best. Namaste. Hello, Libra, or shall I say group 2, if you have chosen the wolf, this is your reading. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Hold on one second. Let me see if I could move this a little bit. It seems to be tilted a little bit. There you go. Okay. Sorry about that, Libra. Okay, so here we have your 3 blessings here down at the bottom, and we have your overarching energy for your birthday year. This is birthday of 2025 to birthday of 2026. Now, overarching the energy is this card, which I really like. This is the card of Sagittarius. This is the Alchemist. And this is obviously temperance, but as you can see on this kettle, it says vita statera. It is Latin for life balance. And it looks like that may be your focus, balancing something, balancing your life, balancing your self. You could be balancing your inner self. You could be finding that balance because it is Latin for life balance. And Sagittarius is known for their stability, stabilizing your life. You could be stabilizing your finances, stabilizing your emotional life, anything like that. It's going to be different for all of you. You also have the card of Aries here. Let me see. You have the card of Aries here. And, you know, Aries is Mars energy. But, you know, more importantly, this is a March-April timing card. So we'll keep that under our hats. Now, one of your wishes or all of them could be centered around someone that falls under the sign of Aries. That could be it. But this could be, like I said, a timing card. If we find something else to corroborate that in this reading, then we know we have our answer. We have Libra. Let me see. We have Libra in the 7th house. And here you see this is balance as well. It says partnerships, balance, one-on-one relationships for at least one of you. This may have something to do with a partner in your life or leaving a partner, you know, coming towards a new partner, or, you know, even remaining with your partner and finding more balance there. Libra is the sign of the scales after all. And you have air. So, I mean, listen, this is Libra and this is air. And obviously you're an air sign, expansive, intellect, inquisitive. But, you know, more than that, this is just more proof that this is your reading, okay? Okay, now let's look at your charms. You do have now this is what you are leaving behind in 2025. In other words, what you're coming into the year already, something that you already have, for better or for worse, from 2025. And it looks like you do have the golden key. So you have the key to something. And I do think it's some sort of balance. Maybe some of you, like I said, are looking for emotional balance, but there are a great many of you looking for financial rewards, financial balance, perhaps. Things were off kilter in 2025. You have, oh wow, you have the 7 of Swords here in reverse. And when we look at the 7 of Swords, it is Aquarian energy, but more than that, it's in reverse. You know, this could be somebody you found out. You could have found out something about someone here in 2025. And when I say 2025, I'm not talking about, you know, new year to new year. This is your specific birthday to birthday. Okay, so remember that. But you're leaving your birthday year here with some sort of knowledge about someone. And, you know, this doesn't look like a particularly nice person. You even have the snake over here. This is someone who you really trusted, or at least at one time. And somebody who has proven themselves not to be trustworthy. You do have here tougher than the rest. So this year has toughened you up. This birthday year has definitely toughened you up. When we look at the snake, what's interesting is 2025 is the year of the snake in Chinese astrology. So, and this could be you shedding a skin, but like I really think this is some sort of snake-like energy. This does fall under the sign of Scorpio for some of you, for sure, because the snake is very scorpionic. Interesting. So this is what you're leaving your year with / coming into your new year with. And I do like the fact that you have this knowledge already. I do like the fact whatever it is that happened sort of made you a little tougher, even if it is only tougher towards this person. Maybe you needed to be tough. But you have the golden key. And this is opening a brand new door for you here, Libra, for sure. Now, when we'll get to the cards up here in a second, okay? Give me 1 second, because when we finish everything, we'll revert back up here and you'll understand why then. So here you have, this is your first blessing, and this is interesting. You have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And, you know, when we look at the 6 of Pentacles, right, the 6 of Pentacles, this is the Hermetic deck, but if you look at the Rider-Waite deck, the 6 of Pentacles, it has someone with scales. It's there's an undertone of Libra in that card, but this could be the end of somebody who you felt was not giving you what you deserved, whether it wasn't the recognition you deserved at work, could be. It wasn't the love you deserved in a relationship, wasn't the money you deserved. Some kind, there's some sort of an end to breadcrumbing. That's the energy I'm feeling. It is the end of you accepting less than your worth, okay, in one form or another. You do have the Five of Cups here in reverse, and this is Scorpio energy. So when we look at the Five of Cups here, let me see if I can straighten that out. We see the Five of Cups in reverse. We see somebody who's recovering from something. It could have been looked at as a setback. It could have been this energy. It could have been, this could easily be tied to that, okay? But whatever it was you were sad about, you're walking into this timing here. You're walking away from that. You're recovering from it. Because you're approaching this logically, right? You have the King of Swords here. You're approaching this logically. Like with the sword, that sword cuts both ways. And it looks like you may be cutting something or someone out of your life. Like I said, this could be a job that you have just killed yourself and you're just not getting the recognition you deserve. You're not getting the money you deserve. You're not getting the quality of people in your life, perhaps. You're saying to yourself, I deserve more, right? Relationship, I deserve more. It could even be a family member that just has done you dirty for so long and you've just had it. But I really like that King of Swords energy. That is Aquarius energy, but more than that, thinking, and it is thinking logically and without emotion. And that's a good thing. That's in reverse. That is in the upright. And this leads you straight into the world. I don't know if you watched me kind of erase her breasts. I had to do that as I come across these cards. So unfortunately, that's how YouTube is. But this leads us straight into this world energy. This is fixed energy, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But, more than that, it is successful completion. Successful completion. And this will come. I know everyone hates this card. I've been very tempted to remove it from the deck, but I do think it's here for a reason, and I'll tell you why in a second. You have the hippo representing this particular blessing, right? And this is exploration. And it says you have become bored with your life. That could be part of it, at least for some of you, okay? There's a negative connotation here. You're either bored or you're tired of being taken for granted or you're tired of being treated a certain way. And it says you have the creative power to stir things up and revitalize everything. You can do this by starting new projects, setting new goals, and making spiritual connections. And with that world card, I definitely think you're going to be exploring more of your world. Maybe traveling, but you do have in divine timing, and this could mean many things, but it's going to be in your birthday year. All right. All these blessings are coming this year. So when I get the divine timing card, it means that this particular blessing is coming at different times for different Libras. So when it's meant to come to you this year, it's going to come to you. You are going to let go of feeling bad about something for sure. You're going to let go of feeling bad about something. You're going to let go of accepting less than you deserve. You're going to let go of perhaps being emotional about it. You're pulling out that sword and you're like, snip, snip, pretty much, right? Pretty much. Now, when we look at this, right, the world is what, 21? So you have 27. So that's 9, 10, 5. So there's this is Mercury energy. And yeah, normally I do add it up beforehand, but I didn't. This is Mercury energy. It's Gemini, Virgo energy. But more than that, this is communication. So you're going to communicate your wants, your needs, what you don't find acceptable anymore. There is a new you coming in here with this gold key. You have become aware of something that you are no longer willing to accept. This timing is going to come differently for each Libra. It is, but it's going to come. Now, how you know this is coming towards you is you will start to see, believe it or not, hippos. Most of us won't see a live hippo, but you might be scrolling on the internet and see a hippo. You might see a stuffed animal. You might see a calendar. Could be anything like that that you'll notice. And when you notice this, that's when you know this is near for you anyway. Now, here in your second blessing, you start out with the King of Cups. What a fascinating deck. There is a snake on here as well. There is a snake on here. In this deck, he is represented by Scorpio, and there's a lot of scorpionic energy in this like I said, this could be a timing thing, or it could be someone that falls under the sign of Scorpio. Do let me know if you have an idea already. But you have here, what's interesting is you have the Seven of Swords in reverse, you have the Snake in reverse, and you also have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Man, you're uncovering something about someone. And you have this Ten of Swords in reverse, this Gemini energy. You're accepting an ending. You're definitely accepting it. And this could be centered around this King of Cups character. I mean, I didn't look at it that way at first, but I'm starting to really look at it that way now. This could be somebody that you really had feelings for. What are feelings? Yes, romantic feelings for sure, but it could be, someone in your family that you had so much respect for. It could be a job that you loved, that you just loved. But you started noticing that you were being taken for granted. You're starting to notice there is something in the situation that came to a head and is coming to a head, and you're not accepting it anymore. I mean, look at all these major arcana. You have the 10 of Swords in reverse leading to the Judgment card. And this is Scorpio energy, by the way. It's Pluto for sure. And what is this? It's rebirth, right? It is the ending of something and the rebirth of something. It is the calling. You're being called. You're being pulled. You're not going to put up with this crap anymore. You are coming into your strength era. You do have Leo here on the table. You go from making this judgment call to gaining your strength. You're regaining your strength for sure. You have the beaver, and here it is, balance again. You have balance over here, balance over here, balance over here. It's no surprise, right? You are a Libra, but it says you are being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. For some of you, that is definitely true. You do have the beaver here. The beaver is representative of Taurus. It's very Taurian energy for sure, but balance is what stands out to me. And what you have on the table is the month of December for a timing card. Now that is more Sagittarian possibly energy, could be Capricorn too, but we have Capricorn Sagittarius energy. I'm leaning more towards Sagittarius because you have other Sagittarian symbols here, and when we add this up and we break it down, we get that number 11, right? We get that balance attained, right? Bridging, going from one place to another, cardinal, initiating something. You're initiating something here, and December is the month, man. December is the month. And when you will start to see beavers, right? Like I said, stuffed animals. Could see just a beaver dam. You could be like, I hike a lot, and you could see remnants of it. You could see a beaver dam on TV. Just really look for these signs around this time, and I really think you're going to be surprised at how often you actually see them. Here, your last, let me see. Your last blessing. You have the Four of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords in reverse is Libra energy. And it is a return to action, right? A return to momentum, a return to, taking that action. And look, I mean, you have the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy for sure, but it is awakening on every level. You're awakening to something. You're seeing the truth about something, and that truth is sparking a whole bunch of other things, a whole host of other things. Learning a truth, making plans, making new plans. You have this Aries energy again on the table with this, looking into your future and seeing perhaps something different for yourself now. And you have the King of Wands, and this is beautiful energy to step into, right? Aries energy. Leo energy, more Leo energy, taking action, becoming the ruler of your own destiny. Becoming the ruler of your own destiny, stepping into action. There is nothing more action-packed than a King of Wands character. And here you have the timing card is in the spring. And what's interesting about the spring is that, it is Mars Aries. It is, you have Aries right here. So it's March, April, Aries time. Look for that. We'll go over this again at the end. But you do have a spider, and this is manifestation. There is a manifestation occurring around this time, and you're going to start to see spiders. Like I said, it could be spiders in your home. It could be spiders in strange places that you're not used to seeing them. Could be stuffed animals. Honestly, my daughter loved her stuffed spider. But you have here, it says, to weave your web in life. What you see before you is the result of your thoughts. If your current reality does not suit you, then it's time to make the changes. And I do believe you're going to here, Libra. Through conscious manifestation, your energy can bring in all you desire. You are manifesting something. And this too is Scorpio energy. I don't know if you have a Scorpio that is important in your life, or perhaps you have Scorpio highly aspected in your chart. It could be, but it also could be some sort of a timing card. But when we add that up and we break it down, it is Saturn energy. So you've persevered through something. You've been through some crap. I mean, this is a Aquarius Capricorn energy, and you have lived to tell the tale. This wasn't something that was handed to you. You have gone through something to attain this balance, and you are going to attain the balance you want, for sure. Now at the bottom of these decks, you have what we don't see coming, and could be for better or for worse, could be something we just haven't thought about yet, but you're going to see some movement the next full moon. Whenever it is you listen to this reading, look at the calendar online and say, when is the next new moon? Not full moon, new moon, the next new moon. And you will start to see movement of some kind towards your goal, towards your blessings. And here you have the princess. Yeah, you have the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. And in this deck, they're like a lot like pages. So what you're rejecting here is once again, you're worth more than a page. You're worth more than what it is you're getting from some source here that's here on the table. You're worth more. This is a rejection of that. And what I love about this is that you have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is what? It's triumph, it's success. It is what? Recognition. So for those of you that are suffering at a job where you feel unrecognized, you feel unappreciated, you're going to find another situation. You could stay in the situation you're in, or you could find another one. But whatever is going to happen, something positive is coming out of it. You're going to be recognized. You're going to be happy because look, you have another page that you are rejecting here. You're no more page energy for you. You have, for sure, rejected all the pages in your life, meaning it is you are moving on to king energy. You are tired of this weak crap, and you are tired of trying to balance things and trying to attain balance, not attaining balance, failing at it. And look at this, you have the wish card. So yes, your wishes are on the table. Look for these signs here, group 2. I really like your reading. Really like your reading a lot. Now, as far as numbers, briefly, the number 10, everything broke down to a number 10, which is more Scorpio energy, Pluto energy, right? Kaboom. Your life's blowing up in a good way. The sign that came out the most was Scorpio. So the Scorpio Pluto energy is really having an impact on you in your birthday year, for sure. Even the charm, the snake charm, way at the beginning of the reading was Scorpio energy. Now, as far as timing, we have that Aries, right? Backed up by the spring. So you have March, April. Look for something to really happen March, April. Look for something to really happen next full moon. And I really think December, Sagittarius time. For some of you, it could be Capricorn time, but I think for the bulk of you, it's going to be the time of Sagittarius in December. And we also have as a backup that October, November Scorpion timing. If Scorpio isn't very prevalent in your life, then look at that as a timing situation. Because just remember one thing, you have this golden key this year. Happy birthday, Libra. Namaste. Hello, group 3. First and foremost, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Okay, if you have chosen the butterfly, this is your reading, okay? And we know the butterfly is a representation of transformation, right? Pretty simple. You go in as a caterpillar, out as a beautiful butterfly. It does represent Gemini in the zodiac, so the timing of Gemini might be relevant to this reading, or you might have Gemini highly aspected in your chart, or you may be dealing with a Gemini. That's pretty important this year. So let's look at this. You do have the Chariot, and I love the Chariot in this particular deck. This is representative of Cancer pretty much in any deck, but look how different it is. The Chariot's usually um, riding out. It looks like an emperor, like riding out with those two horses, storming ahead. Could be a war, could be that he's storming ahead towards success, but it's always it seems very victorious. Now, this is victorious as well, but you can see that this guy is chilling, right? He's moving ahead, but he's taking it easy. So this is a sort of indication about how your year is going to go, right? Moving ahead, moving on happily and steadily. I really like this energy for you, especially in this deck. This is a really nice card to pull, okay? You pulled the card of the sun, which is, Leo energy, life, vitality, and purpose. So the sun will be shining on you this year. Yes, like again, it could be Leo timing. You could have Leo highly aspected in your chart. You could be dealing with a Leo. We're going to pull all of this together at the end of the reading. So don't feel like you have to remember everything. You also pulled solar eclipse, and it says creation, intention, potential. There is a potential here. And, when we look at the dates of the solar eclipses. Now, this reading is going to encompass birthday of 2025 to birthday of 2026, so almost like half a year. And it really does depend on when your birthday falls, right? But you do have the solar eclipse card, and there is a solar eclipse in September of 2025, around the 21st. It is on the 21st, but the energy from that eclipse is going to be felt before and after. So you have September 21st, 2025. You have a solar eclipse on February 17th, an annular solar eclipse on February 17th. So that is like Aquarius time in its winter. And like I said, don't worry about remembering these dates so much because I will tie everything together at the end of the reading. And you have a total solar eclipse on August 12th of 2026. So remember those dates. And it doesn't have to be exactly on that date. The time of the solar eclipse in August 2026, the time around the time of the solar eclipse in February, the solar eclipse in September of this year. So you have that, and you also have Gemini. Again, right? It's a Mercury-based card. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You could have Gemini highly aspected in your chart. And if you do, you'll be leaning on that this year. But I have to tell you this, in my opinion, this is definitely some sort of a timing card as well. And what is Gemini season? It's May, June. So we'll keep that under our hats as we go along the reading. You do have these charms here. Now, these charms represent what you're leaving birthday of 2025 with and coming into or should I say birthday of 2024? You're leaving your birthday, in other words, what you're coming into your birthday year with, what you're leaving behind, what you're carrying with you. You seem to be wanting to freeze someone out, or perhaps you feel like you have been frozen out. There is a freezing going on here. It could be something that you're getting rid of some dead weight. You could be angry at someone. You could be upset with someone. You could be giving someone the cold shoulder. You may feel that way, that someone's acting that way towards you. You do have an acorn here, and this is symbolic of growth, right? What is the acorn? It grows into an oak tree. So are you trying to grow your money? Are you trying to grow your family? Are you trying to grow in general? But there is growth indicated by this when this comes out. You also have the Seven of Swords here. And, the Seven of Swords can mean many things in many readings, but I do think with the energy around this reading, it is a charm of strategy. You may be determined to have a strategy. You may be leaving your old birthday year with a strategy for growth, but there is definitely some sort of freezing going on here. Definitely let me know what that is if you're aware of it here. And we know that Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. So like down here, you have your 3 blessings. Let's take them one by one. You have, interesting. You have the star in reverse. Now, when I see the star, obviously that is more Aquarius energy, right? But when I see the star in reverse, especially in a reading about blessings, it seems as though there is going to be a blessing that comes from a loss. And when I say loss, it's like you've lost faith in something or someone, and you're considering it some sort of a loss. You may be mourning this, but what comes from this, it's almost like a necessary thing. You almost have to look at it like it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. What is this making room for? Because honestly, you do have the 8 of Wands coming in right after that. Sagittarian energy movements forward, away from this disappointment towards something new. right? It's pushing you towards something new. Maybe it's pushing you into this Chariot. But what's interesting is you have this Sun card here, right? And it's coming in reverse, more Leo energy. But when we look at the Sun, right? In the wake of a disappointment, the Sun in reverse, the Star in reverse, there's movement here. And this movement leads to what? The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is Cancer energy, but more than that, it is celebration. It is a harvest. So you are moving towards something. And what's interesting is I said the word harvest, and the timing for this is the autumn. Now, it's unclear to me whether it is this autumn or next autumn. Honestly, it depends when your birthday is, right? But it could be, like, to me, autumn is September, October, November. So this could be autumn of 2025 or autumn of 2026. But no matter what, in the autumn here, you should expect something that feels like a loss initially, but that ultimately moves you on some sort of a path where you're going to gain something out of it. And here you have the butterfly again. Spirit is doubling down on this butterfly metamorphosis. Pay attention to the areas in your life or personality that are in need of profound change or transformation. You are about to enter a phase of expansion and growth, which will highly be beneficial for your future. You have the butterfly twice. And like we said, the butterfly is Gemini energy. Interesting transformation. And what's interesting is when we add this up and we break it down, we get the number 11. So yes, it's the bridging energy we talk about in my readings, right? You're going from one place to another. The 11 is the bridge where you're moving over it. And the reason you're getting onto that bridge is because of initial disappointment. Look for that. There is something that disappoints you. There is something that feels initially maybe not so good, but it leads to something really, really good. It leads to some sort of a gain. It leads to some sort of a movement, a celebration. Usually the Eight of Wands moves you into a direction of achievement, right? It is some sort of almost like a valve being released. Think of it like that. Let's see. You have your second blessing here, and it says the Seven of Wands. This is the Lord of Valor in this deck anyway. And as you can see, there are snakes on the card, and you have a snake over here. There's a lot of symbolism in the creatures here, in your reading anyway, in this particular reading. But you have this in this deck. This is Leo energy, and we have assertiveness, facing things head on. You're going down a new path. You're feeling very assertive. I don't know if it's in that order. It may not be in that order for all of you. Some of you are going to see a lot of movement this fall, and some of you are going to see some movement in this direction next fall. But I have to tell you, you are determined. There is a determination here, and you have uncovered some sort of a truth. I don't know whether it's truth about yourself or a truth about somebody else or something else, but you've uncovered a truth, and it's sort of giving you the oomph to move on. Pisces energy coming into a truth. This truth is leading to a lot of excitement about something, excitement about a project, excitement about something, excitement about someone maybe. But you have, and here it is, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Now, like I said, Seven of Swords, many things in many readings. But when I look at the fact that it's up right here, you're coming into the year filled with strategy. Over here, you're releasing that strategy in lieu of action. You've done enough strategizing. You've done enough planning. Now it's the time for action. This is going to take place in May of 2026. May, believe it or not, is Gemini time. So here you go. Right? Gemini came up a few times in this reading. It's also Taurus time too. But because we mentioned Gemini so much, I can't help but think. We got Gemini here. We got Gemini with the butterflies. So think of in terms of Gemini, and you do have snake, right? The snake came out again. Transformation. You have metamorphosis. You have transformation. You're going to be going through a lot of changes this year. It says you will be shedding an old skin and emotions and transforming them into something bigger and better. Changes in the wind. And you are at the center of it as a catalyst to smooth the process. Make sure that your intentions are clear and that you move forward with hope. There is your transformation. Now, I did forget to mention, if you see a butterfly, that's how you know, or you start to see butterflies more so. Now, this could be butterflies that you see in the air. It could be butterflies you see on the internet. It could be somebody gives you butterfly soap, a butterfly crystal. It's going to be, as soon as you start seeing butterflies, you know that this blessing is upon you. And it's the same thing here with the snake. And the snake could be an actual snake, or it could be anything, right? It could be a picture of a snake. It could be a statue. It could be a stuffed animal. It could be something that you're scrolling on the internet and you see snakes and you're like, why are all these snakes on my feed? And this will indicate that this is coming towards you right now. And when we add this up and we break it down, this is Saturn energy. So this is something you've worked really hard for. This isn't something that was just handed to you. This is something that definitely, yeah, something you deserve. Something you deserve, something you're very excited about. This is an excitement. This is an achievement. It's an excitement. You know, I can't help but think it has something to do with your career, something to do with money. Here in your last blessing, you have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is, even in this deck, it is Virgo energy. We know that the Eight of Pentacles is a card of work, right? You're working hard at something. And this, you're going to see movement on this particular blessing the next month. So whatever month you're listening to this, some people are listening to it as soon as it comes out. Some people aren't listening to it until February, right? So the next month after is when you're going to see movement on this. So this is happening pretty quickly, but you're going to be working really hard on something. And I can see this is a little out of order. So, right? Definitely working really hard on something, and achievement. But you do have here, see, look at this. You have the Star. Here you have a disappointment with the Star in reverse, and here you have the Star upright. And when we look at the Star upright, obviously it's still Aquarian energy, but it is a wish coming true, the great exchange. The exchange for something disappointing for something that is not disappointing. You're exchanging something and you're getting something. I mean, look, you have 3 major arcana here. This is not simple energy. This is really important energy. You do have the Magician here in reverse. So the only thing I'm going to warn you about is that it looks like you're going to be achieving something. It looks like you're going to be coming into a time of happiness, a time of success, a time of hard work, but good hard work, hard work that you're going to enjoy. But with this Magician in reverse, I really believe that there might be a manipulator or a sweet talker in your midst, right? Now, this could be a lover. It could be an ex-lover coming back because they see you're happy. They see you're having a glow up financially or otherwise. And this could be it could be a friend that's a little jealous there's somebody that is a bit manipulative here. This is Aquarius, Gemini energy. It's a charmer. And this charmer could come in the form of a lover, or it could come in the form of a friend or a family member. But this is someone you need to be careful of, because they're going to see all the stuff starting to happen for you, and they're going to try to hitch a ride on that moving train, right? You have here, because look, you have the World. And the World is the culmination of these 3 cards. They see where you're headed. This person sees where you're headed. The World is fixed energy, but it is an amazing climax to a story here. You have the Giraffe, and this is it's more Virgo energy, actually. It says if you are facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. You are advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners before deciding on a solution. Your circumstances need to be examined carefully. And I do think that this light warning is because of that manipulator. Maybe they're going to come in with an offer. Maybe they're going to come in and try to sweet talk you. This is something that is going to happen pretty quickly. So be aware of this person and be wary, because they are trying to sort of hitch a ride. And what's interesting, you have the number 11 that came out again when we added it up and breaking. You're crossing a bridge. Somebody might see you crossing over this bridge in this chariot, and they want to hitch a ride with you. But you are being warned here. You are being warned. This isn't a good person. This may be someone that's already in your life that you start recognizing as not very good for your forward movement. There is going to be something you recognize. Now, in the winter, what you don't see coming is that the winter is going to have a lot of movement. And at the bottom of the deck here, what you definitely don't see coming right now is a brand new path. I mean, you're going to be excited. You're going to be excited about what's coming. And here it is. You have a person that you are probably going to release, right? You're releasing yourself from some sort of toxic relationship, friendship, love situation, in lieu of some balance, some clarity, some healing, some alchemy. And here it is again, right? Here's your 7 of Wands again. You are determined. And look, this card came out once more too. You have the Eight of Pentacles, and that's that Virgo energy we talked about, right? You're working really hard. I don't know, this might be something you definitely don't see yet, right? You don't see this yet, but it's going to come, and it's going to come pretty quickly because you have the Emperor at the bottom of this story. And here, look, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. There is some sort of you're going to be freezing someone out. You are. You're going to be slowing the hell down. You have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Whatever it is, you're going to be slowing down because you have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is your destiny. This is something that you've worked really hard for. It's something you've hoped for. It's something you've manifested. It's Ten of Pentacles has long-term everything, long-term abundance. This isn't just, doing well for a year. This is doing well for a very long time. Yeah, for sure. I really like that. That is a really nice reading. Now, we add everything up in this reading and we break it down. We get, believe it or not, the number 11 again. Spirit is tripling down on that bridge. You're not, by the time your birthday of next year comes, your life is going to be in a completely different place. Okay? The number that came out the most was the number 8, which is that more Saturn energy, right? Something you've worked really hard for, really wished hard for. The sign that came out the most was Aquarius, and that is that winter energy, right? Aquarius came out over and over again. And now, as far as timing, you have Leo times 2, and the highlight is August. So it could be August of 2026 could be very important here. You have Gemini times 2 with the highlight in May of 2026, very important to you, okay? You have the highlight, you have Aquarius on the table with the highlight, honestly, in winter in general. So there is no January or February. It is really just winter. It's January, February time. So you have January, February, you have May, you have August has timings. And don't forget your fall, right? So there is something that's going to happen in the fall, either fall of this year or fall of next year. And it really depends on which Libra we are talking to. Really look at your eclipse dates here, Libra. I really like this reading for you. I wish you nothing but the best, and I will see you in your October reading. Namaste.